does not need people. People need nature. I told you about one of the most significant places in Kerala. What is the name? Western Ghats. What is so important about Western Ghats? All the 44 rivers flowing through Kerala originate from the Western Ghats. Rain, our climate, our oxygen, our honey, our amla, everything comes from the forest. So the tiger is lost, the forest is lost. The forest is lost, our survival is in question. The greatest threat that human beings are now faced with is global warming and climate change.
You are watching Conserve Environment with Pratima Pandey.
Thank you for this wonderful time. I am really delighted to be here among you young hearts and minds. I represent the organization WWF. WWF, if you ask the boys, they might say, what does WWF stand for? World Wrestling Federation. Especially when people see me, they think that I am part of WWF, World Wrestling Federation. Actually, the abbreviation was the same, WWF, World Wrestling Federation as well as WWF, but it was the World Wildlife Fund which had an abbreviation initially. So we actually took them to the international court and asked them to change the abbreviation. And we are now WWF, the only WWF, and in most of the foreign countries it is known as World Wildlife Fund. Whereas in India, it is known as Worldwide Fund for Nature. And when they started the work of the organization was mostly focused on forest, wildlife and biodiversity. Over the years, our work has now shifted. We work on so many other areas also. Like, what is the greatest threat that we are faced with now? What is the greatest threat that mankind is facing now?
Pollution. Yes.
Just one answer. What other? What is the greatest? The greatest can be only one.
Related to forest.
Pollution is right to a certain extent. Deforestation. Global warming. Greatest threat that human beings are now faced with is global warming and climate change. So, WWF is working on global warming and climate change. As you said, WWF is working on pollution aspect. Landscapes are large patches of land which is very significant, which needs to be protected. Tell me if you are aware about what will be that one piece of land in Kerala which needs to be protected.
Come on.
There's a very famous name, very commonly used place name. Place, not a place name. It's a region. I give you a clue.
Yeah.
It's like a mountain ranges. I give you another clue. It has two words. It starts with a W.
W.
Not Mount Everest. Mount Everest is not in Kerala. What is the Mount Everest of Kerala? What is the Mount Everest of Kerala?
It starts with word. Does it start with word?
Western Ghats. Yes. She has rightly put it. Western Ghats. Western Ghats is not just in Kerala. It extends from Kanyakumari to Gujarat. But a major portion of that is there in Kerala. And that is where we have our forests, we have our biodiversity, where we have our wildlife and all those kind of things. In Western Ghats, we are working on tiger enumeration or tiger census and all those kind of things. Can I ask you why the tiger needs to be protected?
Because the population is low in India.
The population is low in India. So what is the total population of tigers? How many? A rough number. 5,000? Yeah, he's almost somewhere around, right? 4,700, somewhere 4,700. So you say that the number is less. So what?
So what?
So we need to protect them and breed them.
Breed them. Why?
Why?
So that the population will be more.
So?
Why do we
Because
need more
we need more
tigers?
nature.
We need more
will eat
nature.
us. If there are too many, they will eat us.
How is the tiger related to nature?
Because every not man-made objects are nature.
Every non-man-made thing is nature.
Why are tigers required by us? Why do we need tigers in forests?
Because the balance in nature.
To keep the
Exactly. That is exactly right. You need to give him a clap. You need to really pinpoint the answer. That is exactly right. The balance in nature. We have all learned about food webs and food cycles and food chains and all those kind of
Food
things.
chains, yes.
So the tiger is the apex predator in the forest ecosystem. And we have lost around 96,000 tigers and we have only 4,000 left. And food chain and the food web of the forest ecosystem will collapse. And if the forest ecosystem collapses, our sustenance is at risk, right? What does forest do? What does forest do? They give us air, they give us oxygen, right? We breathe out a lot of carbon dioxide. The trees take the carbon dioxide and produce oxygen. And another thing, When you have trees around the other, see the lot of trees, what is the advantage of this place? It's a microclimate regulator. It gives us a lot of shade and cool. It keeps a place cool. Huh? Like that. And then you eat honey. Where does the honey come from? Where is the honey comes? It's in the forest. Right? You eat gooseberry, amla?
Yeah.
Where does that come from? It comes from the forest. It's a tree, but the trees are in the forest. So, our rain, our climate, our oxygen, our honey, our amla, everything comes from the forest. So, the tiger is lost, the forest is lost. The forest is lost, our survival is in question. I told you about one of the most significant places in Kerala. What is the name? Western Ghats. What is so important about Western Ghats? All the 44 rivers flowing through Kerala originates from the Western Ghats. And the Western Ghats have all the forest areas and you have heard about protected areas, Periyar Tiger Reserve, Panipat Tiger Reserve, Periyar Wildlife Sanctuary, you might have visited some of those areas also. See? So all these forest areas, or tigers, or elephants, everything is in the Western Ghats. So that Western Ghats needs to be protected. So that our rivers are protected, the forests are protected, the biodiversity is protected, and under the biodiversity I told you, even in the forest, the tiger has to be protected. In the marine ecosystem, the turtle has to be protected so that we can ensure our own protection, right? So when we are advocating for protecting the forest, protecting the tiger or the turtle, we don't think that we are doing it for somebody else. Always understand that we are doing it for ourselves. So that is what you might all be having mobile phones and laptops and all that. Go to YouTube and search for a documentary series called as Nature is Speaking. Nature is Speaking. It is one message that the documentary gives. Nature does not need people. People need nature. Nature does not need people. It is people who need nature. Climate change. What should we do? What is the connection cost? We should not burn fire. Okay. Change is happening because of our increased energy use. When we use more and more electricity, we are aggravating the situation of global warming and climate change. So that's something which you really need to understand. And that energy, not just electricity, in the transportation sector, in all those areas where more energy is used, we are aggravating global warming and climate change. So global warming and climate change is because of us. So if we need to change that, the change has to come in each one of us. So that.
And why we are happy because he told us in so clear and in so many ways that nature, we need the nature. Nature doesn't need us. So that we are today here, it's not that we are doing any favor to nature or environment. We are doing it for ourselves. Okay? We are protecting anything, be it animals, plants, because it is for us. We want to take care of us. So we are doing the right thing. And so, what can you as children do for nature? Yes. Okay.
Off lights and fans and not use. Off lights and fans and not use.
Okay. Yes, like energy consumption reduction, yes.
Use renewable energy.
Very good. Very good. So we have to not waste what we have and we have to protect also what is around us. Okay. So what Uncle is doing is as a state director in WWF-India. So how can you all also be one day state directors of WWF-India? What do you have to study or what do you have to know? So Mr. Renjan, can you please give them an idea that
how did I land up as the state director? I was born in central Kerala in a place called as Chengalur, but I started my very young age right from Trivandrum. I did my schooling in Christian school and then I went on to my college education. Right from my school days and my college days, I understood that my taste was in biology. It was into biodiversity, biological organisms and all those kind of things. So after my plus 2, I went to do graduation in zoology in Margaret's College. And after that, I did my master's course in environment management. There is a course which is there in almost all the universities now. Kerala University, Kalivatam campus or at University. It's called as environmental science or environmental management. That is how you manage the environment around you. So I took the course in MSc in Environment Management, and just after my post-graduation, I started working. There was an organization here by the name of Center for Environment and Development. I started working there, but still, I always had my desire to study, to do my further studies. So I applied in Indian Institute of Forest Management. That's a very unique institute. There are so much of IIMs, there are so many IITs in India, but there is only one Indian Institute of Forest Management, which is in Bhopal, in Madhya Pradesh. So I applied to that institution and they accepted me, and I went for my postgraduate studies, and that was called as Postmasters in Natural Resource Management. So I did my masters in Environment Management. I further went on to do my postmasters in Natural Resource Management. 2006, I was actually doing something else, and I went to the website of WWF-India, and at the corner of the website there was this post for State Director invited. I just, for the fun of it, I just sent in my resume. There were 19 applicants to that post. And I was always thinking that when they were calling for somebody as a State Director, they were obviously looking for somebody in the age of around 45 or 50, some senior experienced people. But just opposite to my thinking, they were looking for somebody more young at the age of around 30. And that profile exactly matched mine, because on 6th January, I joined WWF India as the State Director, and now this is my 17th year in WWF. And why 17th year? Because I really enjoy the work that I do. I am not there by chance, I am there by my choice. That is something which I want all of you youngsters to be mindful about. What you go ahead to study, it should obviously be your choice. I cut my path ahead. Because I cut my path ahead, I was so careful that I need to be the best in what I do. So I studied well, I did my further studies, I got this job, and 17 years I am in WWF. Why? Because I enjoy the work that I do, and also the organization is happy with what I am doing. So if I ask you a question, is your life very eco-friendly?
No.
Why?
We're using too much electricity.
You are
And
saying-
too much water.
So how much can you use and how much more are you using? The problem, you are not able to really understand whether our lifestyle is really eco-friendly. How do you use energy? How do you travel? How do you eat food? And all those kind of things, and then it will tell you whether your lifestyle is friendly or not. Then you need to make changes, as you rightly said. If you are eating food, what do you say about, if you want your food footprint to be very low, what do you say? Eat fresh and locally available food. But now we are so much dependent on the stored, cold storage food, right? Eat locally available fresh food. And as you rightly said, if your carbon or your energy footprint is high, definitely install a renewable solar rooftop that will bring down your carbon footprint. If you are having a Honda Activa, go to the junction to buy milk, buy a cycle. You can walk. Walking and cycling good for planet as well as the people, as far as your health. So that is what I am saying. If you understand whether your lifestyle is friendly or not, then you make the changes. Plus ecologicalfootprint.org. There you will get a lot of questions on how do you travel, how much energy do you use, what is your food preference, how do you take bath, do you sing 5 songs and take a bath, or when brushing your teeth, you jolly have the water running and all those kind of things. So when you answer all those questions, the computer will show you whether your lifestyle is eco-friendly or not.
Can't we just install like solar panels?
It can be done. So that's what I am telling you. So we really need to understand whether our lifestyle is really friendly to the planet. So that is what I want all of you to understand. What is the website name? Ecological Footprint. Ecologicalfootprint.org. So there is a website. Go to the website called as Ecological Footprint. It's called, you know elephants, you know tigers and all those kind of things. Nobody talks about the smaller animals called as the insects or the dragonflies and the damselflies. And why? Because we don't speak about them, what has happened? 60 or 70% of the world's insect population has gone down. Do we need to be bothered about that? Yes. Why? Because the fruiting, the flowering, everything is dependent on that small insects. That is not there. Our fruits are not there. Our flowers are not there. Pollination is not there. So much of life around us comes to a standstill. So we have.
You know what? You have to go home and tell your parents about uncle. Very few people are in their jobs because they really love it. You know, just ask your parents, do you really love your job? Whatever answer they give, then you tell about uncle. He loves his job. He made his own way to reach that job, right?